Hello everyone, it's Bug, and today I'm going to be refurbishing an LPS. This is our guy. He looks pretty scuffed up, he doesn't have a nose, and his ears have some spots on them. Don't even talk about his tail, because that's probably pretty traumatic for him since it got bitten off. But we're gonna fix him today. We're gonna have a little therapy and give him a glow up. I'm gonna start with his tail because he definitely needs a little sculpting. So let's get some clay. Let's get some clay. Okay, so these nails weren't working for me, and I unfortunately had to get them off later. But first off, I'm putting some liquid Sculpey into that little gap or dent that was there, because I think with clay it would have been a little too difficult to get it in the crevice, and liquid Sculpey bakes just the same as the clay, so it's just fine. I think her tail, like this little bit here, just got completely bent while it was being bitten off, because in the picture it's not like that. You can see that it connects to this one, like it goes up. It's supposed to be closer to that one. I think I can file that off, but I'm gonna have to bake it first and then bake it again. So yeah, gonna be an hour of baking. I'll be back. I ended up dropping it in the kitchen right in front of the oven, so I had to re-sculpt it. But here we are, it is finally done, and she's looking precious. You can see a little bit of a gap because I think I baked it too hot, so it cracked. But I tried to fill it in with liquid Sculpey, and we're just gonna have to roll with it. On to painting. I didn't even have to color match her nose because I just happened to have this exact pink color lying around. While that first coat of pink is drying on her nose, I got this color for her ears. And this is straight out of the bottle again, and it just looks like it would be the same color, but it's just a little too dark off camera, so I am deciding to add a little bit of white. I do here what I call the dot test, and again, it might look really perfect on camera, but it has a little bit of like purple in it. I don't know what they put in this paint because it is going to be a problem. It is so purple. There's some purple undertone, and it wouldn't get out for a long time. But yeah, I kept adding all the different colors that I thought I saw, and it eventually turned out okay. This is where I stopped painting for a while because you can see it dry darker with that purple undertone. And I don't know what it is about some acrylics, but it is so annoying when they dry darker than the color that you make, because you can completely accurately color match a color and then have it completely dry very differently. So tell me what that is and how to avoid it in acrylic paints. Time to mix up the color for the tail and the ears. As you can see, this one is a lot easier to mix because it's a color that I already had. I just needed to add some yellow and some orange. I swear, this orange saved my life with both of these colors because every time I added it to any of these colors, it just turned out right. So thank you so much, orange. As you can see, this paint is not opaque at all, and it feels like pretty much adding nothing with each layer, but eventually it builds up and she gets fully covered. Onto her paws, because I did actually also find those to have some scuff marks, and somehow I still have a pretty accurate color already, but I did have to add some white, and I found them to be a little bit more reddish, so I added that as well. After like a bajillion more coats, she is starting to look so crispy, and I didn't initially plan on fixing up her eyes, but the white was bothering me, so I just touched that up a little bit and then fixed up the rest with some black. During this project, I actually got a little curious about spaniels, and I started Googling fun facts, and I found out that this shoe actually was inspired by a man who owned a spaniel, and he noticed how the dog wouldn't slip on ice. So he created a shoe that had a sole with the same wavy patterns on the dog's paw pads so that it would be non-slip. So that is how the Sperry boat shoe was invented, and I think it is so cool how we continue to take inspiration from the world as it already is. I mean, think about airplanes and how we looked at birds to figure out the aerodynamics and stuff. It's all so beautiful. As I was painting and painting and painting, I actually started to notice more and more on the figure, and I realized that there were some marks that I didn't get off before I started painting, and these are only like possible to get off with acetone. Is this a very risky thing to do at this stage, given there is paint you do not want to get off? Yes. Am I gonna do it anyway? Also yes. But for anyone taking anything away from this video, remember to do it beforehand. Then that is her all cleaned up and pretty much done. But then I made a teeny tiny little mistake. She needed another coat, but I let the paint dry out, so I needed to make a new batch. And if you've ever painted, you will know that making the exact same color that you did before never works. And I'm mad about it because look at how much more yellow the tail is now compared to the ears. But also look at her ears and you'll notice that she definitely did need another coat. So I had to do this. I just couldn't get it to be back to the same color that it was. It's okay. Despite that, I do think she still turned out very lovely, and it's obviously an upgrade from how she was. And honestly, if you look at the body compared to the tail, it looks pretty similar. And this is her pretty much done. She is definitely looking better. I am just a little bit annoyed at the color of the tail now. But remember, this is where we started. For the final touch, I am going to re-gloss her eyes because they did get spray painted with the matte stuff as well. And I do recommend that you wear gloves while working with epoxy, which I did not do. Don't use me as an example. Be safe. I should too, but I'm pretty seasoned in working with epoxy. I've used it for a long time, and it was such a tiny amount, but those are all excuses that you should not use. Because if any uncured resin gets on your skin, whether that's UV epoxy or regular epoxy, it can cause like a long-term permanent allergy, so that anytime you do work with it, it causes like an irritation or something. I'm not entirely sure, don't take my word for this, but it's just good to avoid it just in case. I like to cure the eyes one by one because epoxy can run, so now that the other one's already in place, I can safely work on this one without having to worry about it going anywhere. And this is her. I was originally planning on putting some varnish on the more shiny parts of her plastic, like the paint that they usually use that's a little more shiny, but I decided not to because I find that varnish doesn't always look very good. I find that it shows brush strokes very well, and honestly, it's kind of giving off a shine already. So I am pleased with her. This is her final look. Thank you so much for choosing my video to watch today, and I'm so happy that I can finally add her to my collection. I do have some more videos planned, so make sure to keep an eye out for those, and I'll see you then.